Welcome everyone. All right, welcome everyone. Welcome. We're gonna be climbing the ladder with some Belo today. We're gonna be climbing the ladder with some Belo today. We're gonna be. All right, so let me pull up my ranking here. So we are currently at 2.4 bill. We're top 450. A couple weeks ago, I was in the top 100 on the leaderboards. We have a little bit to climb here to reach the top of the ladder. We got 6.8 bill is going to be our goal. I think we can do it, chat. I think we can do it. All right, so I'm just going to hop right into a game. I'll show a deck list in a little bit once we have some more viewers, but I'm just gonna get started here. So we're gonna create a private lobby. I'm trying out a slightly different deck build. There's a really good YouTuber that plays a lot of Belo. So I'm trying out his deck. It runs some more of like tension hormone is one of the main differences. So it's running 4 of that. All right, so he went first, which, I mean, it's Ploofy, right? He's always going to go first. This is probably as good of a starting hand as we'll ever get, right? We have Ivankov, we have Karasu, and we have a turn 1 play. Let's see. I'm thinking we grab this rusher here, and then we'll pass. We're always going to take this first swing. Pretty much against any matchup, you take that first swing. We have a lot of triggers in our life with this build, so always worth it. We are going to trash a card, buff these up. This will play out a Karasu. Karasu's a staple of the deck. I think it's borderline broken. He'll probably pitch at 2k, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so what Karasu does is, on play, it gives -1000 power for the entire turn to a character or leader. You're mostly going to be using this on leaders, right? But turning Floofy into a 4000 power leader, it's pretty insane. I think I take this here because when I take this, it'll put us both at 5 life, which means if I get a trigger, a lot of my triggers are reliant on 5 life or less. Fortunately, we didn't get a trigger, but I think it's okay. We're gonna drop this, take our life. It will then play out. Let me think here. thinking a rusher. Yeah. See if he blocks. Oh, he didn't block? He's already down to 0 life. What is he doing? I guess he's saying he has lethal next turn. But I mean... Huh. Yeah, so he's banking... He's going to drop a 7-cost Sanji here. And rest this. And then he'll swing 7, 6, 5, 5. I think we have the counter though. It'll be close. So 7's going to be his biggest swing. So I think I take this. Okay, yeah, he just loses. Alright, man. Sure thing. Sure thing. I don't really know why he decided to do that. I mean, maybe he was just saying, I'm gonna lose next turn anyway, I may as well just go for lethal. But yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting call. I think for Ploofy, that matchup's pretty doomed in general. So, I mean, I don't think there's much he could have done. All right. We created a lobby. We're waiting for our opponent here. We got a Lucci. All right. So I kept this hand because we have 2 Belo Betty searchers and we see Ivankov. This is like a perfect starting hand. It doesn't get much better than this. And we find the Karasu. Jeez. We could double Karasu. Yeah. I don't see why not. I think the card is just broken. So I don't know why we wouldn't just go double Karasu. Alright, yeah, we always take this first swing. Unfortunately, no trigger, but Koala still is a great card for us to see. So he's playing down a Tempo Hina. And it's important that we're swinging with our characters on the board before our leader here, because black can have some triggers where it KOs one of your opponent's characters. Like he may have a trigger. Yeah, there it is. So he had a Tempest kick, right? This KOs a cost 3 or less. So Unfortunate that I couldn't get those swings off, but we're still in a good spot. Pass. I'm thinking he'll probably KR Ivankov. I'll have to let that pass. He'll probably find a way to KO this. Oh, or Karasu. Okay. I'm gonna take this. That's why we take all these early life. Honestly? I think it's a little aggressive to take that life. Shoot. Yeah, that may have been a little too aggressive. Because I really want to play this, but I also don't want to lose the game. Let me think here. So if I drop down this and KO his Hina, he could probably use about, let's say 5 Dawn. Let's say he has a finger pistol, right? 4 Dawn would KO my Koala. His leader ability. So if he KOs Koala, then he would have 3 Dawn left. He could swing 6-7 or 6-8. And then the question would be, can I defend against that? I think as long as this card isn't a brick, I can. F it. Damn it, it's a brick. I think we may have been a little bit too aggressive on this one. Because we are at 0 life. Okay. Our goal is to win next turn. So as long as he doesn't have lethal here, we pretty much just win the game. Yeah, so we are 2.5 bill on the ranked ladder. So we are climbing pretty well. I think this guy's mapping out if he has lethal or not. Why is this Lucci rusted? See what he does. Alright, because his options, he could swing 9-9. So if he ends up swinging, yeah, I think that's what he's gonna do. He swings 9-9. Right, we have 2. We can counter it, but what we want to do is block this first one so that he commits to it and he can't do anything else on his turn. GG. Yeah, so we went very aggressive there. I still think we would have won even if he had a finger pistol. So I think it was the right call, it just was very ballsy to go for. Alright, we have another challenger. I genuinely think Belo is kind of like the anti-meta character. We got Chopper. No, it's playable. We'll keep... the reason why I think it's the anti-meta thing, it's almost like how BY Luffy was really good in OP10, right? Because it had a good matchup into the top deck. And I'm predicting the top deck is going to be either, I think Blackbeard, realistically. I think you can make an argument for Shanks and maybe even Zoro. But I think our matchup is winning into a lot of these top decks. So I think Belo, it may not be played as much, but I think it's arguably a top 5 deck in OP10. Ooh. Grab this. Grab a Karasu. Pass. I don't think I've played against a Chopper yet. So he puts 1 Restodon on up to 3 of your animal or drum king. Wow, okay. So he's kind of just gonna spam the board with these wide characters. Alright. He takes both of those. Okay. Yeah, his board is very wide. I'm gonna counter this one so that I can take the next. Take. Here's the question. Do I have lethal next turn? I'd say probably not. He's also leaving a Don up. So I should probably counter this. Ooh. This could be interesting. I could grab a tension hormone and kind of play things a bit more defensive to set up for lethal. The alternative is dropping Koala, which takes my life, and I think he probably would have lethal. So we're gonna grab a tension hormone. And we're gonna play for a future lethal. So we'll swing this into lead. Okay. Man, that's a wide board. You may counter this. Oh. Hody. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even consider Hody. I think that wins him the game. Almost certainly. Because I don't have the Dawn for tension hormone. Oh. He's not going for game. I guess he's saying I have 2 blockers up. I may as well just wipe your entire board. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah, chat, I think we're cooked on this one. I think we would need pretty much... Yeah, nah, I think we just concede. Let's not waste anybody's time. It's an interesting deck. I think it does similar things to what Zoro does. So it kind of makes sense that Zoro is, you know, one of the top meta decks. I think they do a very similar thing. Hey Neeks, how you doing? Okay. We'll create a private lobby here. For those of you just joining us, we are currently... Well, we're currently waiting for an opponent. I think we're around 2.8 bill. Let me see. 2.5 bill. So we're top 400 right now. We're climbing using Belo Betty. We always go second on Belo Betty every single matchup. This hand could be better, but it also could be a lot worse. We at least have a turn 1 play and a turn 2 play, so I'm okay with it. I would like to see one of my searchers on turn 1, but I don't think it's worth being greedy over. He'll probably end up KOing one of these. Still has 3 Dawn up. But the fact that he didn't use that, what's it called? The red event that KOs 6,000 power or less means that he was just bluffing it. Okay, you got that? Honestly, let's go really wide. So I did burn my entire hand for this, but our board is really, really, really wide. So I think it's going to be pretty tough for him to defend. Alright. Yeah, so he ended up KOing my Ivankov. Oh, I could have... Yeah, that's a good point. I could have Karasu'd and then KO'd it with this. That's a good point. My wide board is not so wide anymore. I'm honestly thinking I just swing big. I think I probably have to get rid of Newgate, because that's just going to eliminate a character every single turn that it exists. And if he burns all of his counter to protect it, then I'll take 2 life. Yeah, okay. That's okay. I think next turn he'll probably drop, what's it called? The one that gives minus 3,000 power and 4,000 power and then KOs one. So he'll probably swing 5 into 4 and then drop that to KO Ivankov. Yeah, Silver's Rayleigh. Yeah, honestly, this is a pretty tough spot. I'm not gonna lie. I think we went a little over aggressive and we didn't have a koala in our hand, so he's just not taking any of our life. We could just drop this as a tempo play. Yeah, so we'll just swing big here. And then drop this as a tempo. I'm hoping he starts swinging into my life so that I can build a board again. I'm expecting a 10-drop Shanks here. Yeah, we gotta take that. Honestly, I think we use this as a tempo. I think 10 drop Shanks is probably his best play, unless if he double blockers or something. Oh. It's interesting. Damn it. Really hoping for a trigger. This unfortunately is not the trigger we're looking for. I have 4 copies of Tension Hormone, which would have played out a Koala, as well as some other things. Okay. Well, chat, this looks a little cooked. I think the only thing that would maybe give me a chance would be a dragon. Even then, it feels pretty cooked. Because I don't think I survive another turn. Why don't we do this? Is this... Man. I don't think we're gonna koala this turn anyway. See, I could play all of these to KO this. But then... And that's basically all my Dawn. I could also buff this up and swing big into these. And drop Karasu. I think that's probably the right call. So I'd probably give minus 3k to this and try and kill the Rayleigh. Do 2Ks, okay. Yeah, I think this one's cooked. I think he played it really well. He starved me out. And I think I need to be mulliganing for Koala in this matchup. Yeah. Got it. Alright. Yeah, I probably should have mulliganed that starting hand too. We'll create a lobby here for our opponent. Oh, cool. We got Blackbeard. We'll go second. See, this is like the same situation. But we don't have forecast Ivankov, so I'm going to mulligan this. Yeah, there we go. This is a little bit better. Kuma goes crazy here. So he just wasted a card. I don't really have a great target to play with Ivankov. So I think I want to just go wide. I really want to play this tension hormone. I just don't think he'll swing into me. I think he'd be pretty stupid to swing into me. But if I bait him by attacking with this character, then he may swing into me. Let's try it. This will at least get a card out of his hand. So I'm basically trading a card in my hand for a card in his hand. Or he takes the life, that's fine too. Yeah, there we go. Then we'll play out this. I don't even think no, I don't burn Karasi to save it. No chance. He'll definitely leader ability this turn. I can almost guarantee it. If he doesn't, I just koala. Okay. Honestly, playing koala isn't even that bad this turn. I think I like... We'll kill his Doc Q. And then... I think I just go wide. Another Doc Q. And this is not looking like a great start against Blackbeard. It's usually a free matchup. I feel like he's seen Docu and Van Augur quite a lot. The thing is, if I kill... I think I have to kill both of these, is the thing, because Kuzan will just bring one of them back anyway. Oh, I should have swung with Raise Max. That was stupid. Wait, attacks into me. Okay, thank you. think he's just trying to get full value out of this Kuzan. Finger gun. And I feel like he's seen every single answer possible. Right, he's drawn multiple Dakyus, Van Augur, another Van Augur, into Kuzan, into Finger Gun. I'd say he's definitely seen every single thing. And the crazy thing about it too is he doesn't have a stage or Lafitte. So he hasn't had any card draw or cycling other than one This Is My Age. And he's seen every single piece that he needs for this matchup. Okay, we're still black hold. I think I use this and play out that. Honestly, I think I just go really wide and hope that he doesn't have an answer for it. That's good. He burnt a 2k and a 1k. Man, no triggers. Not a single trigger. And I think he's very much high rolled and I've very much low rolled this game, unfortunately. None of my life have had triggers. Alright, so this one can't attack, but these 4 can. We are black hold. But we'd need 4 attacks to land in order to win. Wait, we need 5 attacks to land to win because he has a blocker. Okay. So the only way we have a chance is if we find the rush card, which we don't. This is 8. I think we have to kill his Burgess. That's a 9,000. We're gonna trash Rasu. Buff these up. 8, 9, 10, 11. I'd say F it. Yeah, chat, it's cooked. It's burnt. It's so burnt. Oops. Alright. So the matchup is still losable, but I'd say it's very Belo Betty favored. It's just if they see every single piece that they need, and you don't see any of your pieces, you end up losing. That's a tough one. Alright, we got Kid. This is a pretty good matchup for us. Sweet. Okay, he doesn't swing into me. Hoping I can get 2 life off of him. Oh wow. Turns to 2 and a 1. Yeah, it's always a question if you... Like, ideally you want to swing low to high, but against certain decks, like yellow in particular, they'll have triggers that will KO some of your cards or rest them. So it's always a little bit risky to do that. Okay, he trashed a life. It's telling me he's trying to go for lethal. He's gonna make this a blocker, which will trash my life when I swing into it. So I don't want to take any unnecessary damage here. Unless if I'm saying I have lethal. Honestly, I think I may have lethal. So I'd need 5 hits to connect. I think it's possible. So we'll take that one. Ah, damn it. Yeah, that's a really good trigger for him. Okay. I think we have to go for it still. Well, if he rests one of my cost 4 or lower characters, then we only have 4 attackers, which means we lose. So I think we probably have to go for board here. Yeah, I think we have to go for board. So he burnt a 2 and a 1. Let's see, this is 9. We'll swing another 11. He'll block. Wow, 2 and a 1. That's crazy. Yeah, that's actually insane. This is 8. I think we probably just lose. So we'll swing 10, 11, right? Let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man. That's tough. Man. These matchups are tough. Alright. I'm thinking I may switch back to my original deck list. I'm trying out a different deck list here, and I think it's more reliant on triggers. But I'm finding I'm not getting the triggers, and I feel like I shouldn't base my entire game plan around getting a trigger. I think I want to see a Belo Betty searcher. I think after this I'll go back to my original deck list, which I had a lot more success with, I would say. Oh, as I say that, I hit a trigger. Damn, I don't want to trash any of my cards. Am I supposed to pick one? I think for Rasu? No, probably this. How does it feel to get a rotation? What do you mean by that? Oh, sorry. What do you mean by get a rotation? Oh, the block rotation. Oh. I think it's overall a good change, a healthy thing for the game. I think if you look at a card game like Yu-Gi-Oh, which I'm not going to say I'm the expert on, I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh, but from what I've read, was that Yu-Gi-Oh dealt with a lot of power creep, and Yu-Gi-Oh dealt with a lot of power creep, and unfortunately over time that I think that's just natural if you don't have a block rotation system, right? Because after 5 years of making cards, you're just going to run out of ideas, and then eventually you're just going to be making the same cards but stronger. So I think it's a healthy thing. I think from like a collecting standpoint, it's a negative. It's definitely a downside. But yeah, I think the drawback is worth it. Swing. 5. Rotations are very healthy for the TCG in the long run. Like, power creep will always exist, but developers and players don't have to worry about meta cards. Always be meta. Digimon by design can't ever get a rotation, so we are still having to buy 4-year-old cards that no longer can print for like $30 a pop. Yeah, that's the other thing is, by rotating out, you're then making the game more affordable because the cards are no longer in print and you can't even play them. So I think that's kind of the other benefit from like people who are playing the game. Yeah, I'm cooked here. Is if you look at like EBO1, for example, there wasn't enough of that printed. And if I were to pull up the cost of like Brook, or actually I think Brook's tanked in price, but like the blocker chopper from it, you know, the red chopper, I know that's gone up in price. I think it's like $35. Cavendish, is another example. Right, this card is worth like $35. Let's see, Chopper. This one from EVO1 is like $35. So that's, with how popular the game is, that's what happens when there's not enough supply to meet the demand, right? So then when you need a card from OP10 or from EVO1 and it was never reprinted, years later, what are you supposed to do? Spend $50 on a card? That just isn't really healthy for the game. So I think from a collecting standpoint, it's a downside if anybody's a collector, but from a competitive standpoint, it's tough to argue that it isn't purely a net positive. Alright, I'm gonna switch my Belo Betty deck up. We're gonna see if this one works better. Basically, the deck that I had been using was one from a YouTube video this guy had like very strongly recommended. So I thought I'd give it a go, but I have not had much success with it today. So I'm gonna go back to old tried and true. Thinking, yeah, I'll grab this. The difference between the decks is I'm running 4 copies of Karasu. This is a blocker and has a good trigger. And what I was running previously, instead of Karasu, was I was running Tension Hormone in the other deck. Tension Hormone is plus 3000 power, and then you play out like a cost 4 or lower card. But at this level, if you leave 3 Dawn up, nobody's ever gonna swing at you. They know the way to beat Belo Betty is to starve it. So yeah, you're kind of just relying on your opponent being bad with that card. Now, the reason why you'd play it is the trigger's really good. Damn, I don't have a 2K. The trigger's really good on it. It activates its effect from a trigger. But yeah, damn. I cannot catch a break today. I'm thinking, honestly, I think I just get a really wide board and don't swing, because I don't want him to be able to rest my characters and swing into them next turn. Like, the value I would get out of a 5000 power swing is just not there. So I think by playing down this, next turn I can Koala into Karasu, and then I can KO his blocker. So and then the other thing is just unintended combos. Like, sure, a broken deck can just hit, but a lot of times in rotationless TCGs is the way to solve the problem is to kill the cards entirely, which causes the unintended decks to lose their good cards. Digimon, there's so many decks that got killed off. I mean, I think you're seeing that with Doffy, right? So Doffy was an OP01 leader. I mean, they released all this support, I'm sure with Doffy in mind, right? But when the ban list came out, they banned what's it called? Jinbei, right? And as a result, Boa is one of the decks that uses Jinbei. Now you could argue Boa doesn't necessarily need it, but I'd say Boa took a pretty decent hit by as a result of Doffy being too strong. Yeah, this deck feels a lot more consistent. Like, I feel like I find my answers a lot more commonly. I run one of Tension Hormone, which honestly I think I could replace with something else if I'm only running one copy. I think we just take that because he could, if I block with Koala, you could then load up Dawn on this and swing into that. Damn, I really want to block, but I don't think it's worth burning. Maybe it is worth burning 2 characters. I think it is. He's gonna freeze this, most likely. Or Koala. Yeah, that is quite unfortunate. So, I guess I'm not the most familiar with Digimon. What in its design limits a rotation? I think we trash Koala here. Or raise Max. It's gotta be Koala. Digimon sets are only like Digimon Adventure, Digimon World 3, Digimon Liberator, which is a horrible because certain Digimon only show up in set series, which means it can be years before a deck ever gets support again. So even if Digimon got a rotation, it would still kill. Their sets are series. Oh, okay. So like they'll have a deck, let's say like Belo Betty, that won't see support for like 5 years. So then if you were to have a rotation, then the deck would just never have been viable. Yeah, that's not really a fun format. He wants to burn a 2 and a 1 here, or the 0 cost event. I'm okay with that. Because I think next turn, no matter what, I'll have lethal, so I may as well eliminate one of his characters on board to be more consistent. Like Diberomon only shows up in the Digimon movie and Cyber Sleuth, so if the set doesn't cover one of these 2 series, you'll never see it. Oh, I see. Okay, he burned the 0 cost event. Fun. Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. Wow, he is burning his entire hand, basically. I think we let this go through. The one we don't want to let go through is this. Actually, that's fine. I'd rather just save 1 guaranteed buff. This up. Okay. For those of you joining, I'm a new channel. Dropping a follow helps me out greatly. would appreciate it. Probably swing into this. Alright, here's the question. Ooh. I think with Dragon I have lethal. No, I don't think I do actually. Because he'll rest most likely my leader. And then I would... Yeah, no. There's no way I have lethal. So I should probably just wipe his board. Yep. Rest leader. There's no way he'll be able to defend that. So he won't have lethal, even with Hody Jones, because I'm at 3 life. He'll swing into this. Damn. Alright. Let's see what we get. Honestly, I think I played on this. Just to draw a card. So next turn, if he Hody Jones, right? Hold up. If he Hody Jones next turn, he'll have 5, 8, 11, 11. So as long as I block one of those, I'll be in a good spot. I think I swing 7 here. I probably just swing everything. Just guarantee take a life, and then hopefully the following turn I'll win. Right, grabbing a 2k means that he won't be able to win. And in reality, hate or love it, you're gonna either accept that your favorite TCG has a rotation or just quit entirely when Pokemon got its first rotation. There isn't Nico's help. There's no reason to leave a Dawn up as a mind game because he saw me. I use a searcher, so I had to reveal Kuma. So he knew that my hand had a Kuma in it. Reality, hate or love it, you're gonna accept that your favorite TCG has a rotation or quit entirely. When Pokemon got its first rotation, you should have seen the backlash it got. People raging, Reddit, YouTube videos, death threat letters. But now it's an average Tuesday. They don't even think about it. That's a fair point. There was a lot of backlash, but I think a lot of the people who like actually had played TCGs were generally supportive of it. They were like, yeah, this is a normal thing that happens in almost every single game. Alright. Do I survive one more turn? I think if he has Hody Jones, I probably don't. Because he'll swing 11, 11, 8, 5. Even if I guess if I don't play a single card, I would technically live that. But Hody's only a 7 cost, so he'd put Dawn on this. Yeah. I think we're pretty cooked. And then if I trash one of these and buff these up, swing into him, he'll rest the other one. And since he has a blocker, I need 3 hits to connect, and I only have 2 attackers. Okay. Why don't I bluff like I have dragon? Like, he's seen me play a dragon. Ah, he has a 3-cost event anyway. Okay. Well, what are the odds that this final card is a Hody? Oh, wait. I think this was a really bad play. Oh well. The block. I can guarantee he burns this blocker. Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh! Would be a far healthier game if it got a rotation outside of T0 combos. Konami doesn't hit any cards, so you're having to do 30 years of bullshit. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, even with a rotation, you can still have game modes where you can bring back these older cards, so it's not a complete loss. Yeah. So the only way I can win is if this final life is a, whatever it's called. Which it technically could be. Oh, but he's saving 7 down. He has a Hody. Damn it. Yeah, he has Hody anyway. Oh, he is bluffing Hody. Yeah, so if my final life was the 4-cost blocker, this Karasu, I would have actually won. There's different names for it, but Pokemon has called Unlimited, which just says fuck the rules. Yeah, if you look at like Magic, there's like Commander and some other fun game modes too. Alright. I will be back in 2 minutes. Let me switch my transition if you guys want to take a quick break too. And then we'll get back to some ranked Belo Betty. Hopefully I have some better luck when I get back. Alright, BRB. All right, welcome back, everyone. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a reverse format called Edison format, where no one cares beyond the XYZ sets that are allowed. That's cool. Yeah, like, that's the thing is, I think it's a healthy thing for the TCG to announce it this early on, instead of scrambling. Imagine if they waited 10 years and they were like, oh yeah, all the cards that you've been collecting, all the like meta and everything that's been defined over the last 10 years. Yeah, well, 8 years of that is completely irrelevant now. Figure it out. So I think we're early enough to where they can still make the decision. And I think they did it at the perfect time. Imagine if they announced it would go into effect like a month from now. Is that what you're saying? That would be crazy. Yeah, and they're also giving us a year to figure it out. So I think it makes a lot of sense. And I like the idea that they're bringing back, you know, old cards with like PRB sets, right? Ah, he chose to go second. We'll keep this. Yeah, I like that they're bringing back cards with the PRB set. So yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense the way that they have it. Alright, stage. I think Kuma's not very good in this matchup. Because he gives plus 1000 power to everything, so I mean, I'm gonna have to burn multiple cards anyway to KO something. Okay. Drop a searcher. Ooh. This is tempting. Grabbing Ivankov. I think that's gotta be the play. You know what I think TCGs need to prioritize more than balancing the meta? Make actual good shit decks. In the sense of make tier 3 decks actually worth playing, as not everyone has the budget to afford meta decks, but no one likes to consistently lose. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Or like, yeah, so basically having the tier 3 decks have a very specific niche. So like, I'm trying to think of a good example. But basically just have it fill a very specific niche, right? To where it can win against a specific archetype of deck. Like, let's say, I mean, Belo Betty's almost an example of that, except it's an actually good deck, where it's just extremely aggressive, but it would lose to most other decks, right? But this deck is well-rounded enough to where it can beat most of the meta decks still. We'll trash this, buff these up. I mean, like, maybe Buggy's a good example of kind of what I'm trying to say. So Buggy as a deck, he has the promo card that makes it so that it costs 3 and 4 characters can't attack. So the deck itself may not be super meta, but it absolutely can be a deck like Daffy or like Zoro, where they play primarily cost 3 and 4 characters. I think that's like a perfect example. So have these tier 3 decks where they have insane win rates against a specific deck archetype, like a deck that's trying to play out these low-cost swarming characters. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Now, not every single meta deck is going to be expensive. Like Doffy's a great example. I think you could have built Doffy for under $100, even though it was the best deck in format. Maybe under 100 is a little bit of an exaggeration, but you get my point. It was the best deck and it was relatively affordable. Ah, I should have used my stage before I did that. I think we're in a pretty good spot here. Swing 4. Let's see if he has A as a 1K. Okay. Budget is loose turn. If you grew up playing TCGs, $100 for a meta deck is a steal. But if you're more of a casual newbie, anything above $60 is highway robbery. That's fair. And I think with the TCG, you have to realize everybody's in a different stage of life who's playing the game. So like somebody who's out, has a full-time job, and this is like kind of their passive hobby. It's different than somebody who's, you know, 16, 17 years old, getting into a TCG, and they don't really have that capital to spend. Wow. I think he wins here. Let's see. Oh, is he swinging board? No, he's going for life. $5,000 power or less. I don't think these do anything, so we'll do no trigger. Damn. Yeah, he just wins off that. That's crazy. So I guess I should have swung that last turn instead of swinging that last one into life. I should have swung into his Sanji. Damn. That's a crazy lethal angle. I was at 3 life. Like me, I would be fine dropping $100 on a meta deck if I went to tournaments every week, but since at most I play with 3 friends, not spending more than $30 unless if I really like it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is it like everybody has a different, like, everybody has different hobbies and how much time they're spending on the game. So if you're not competitively playing the game, it's tough to justify spending $100, $200 on a deck. I think some decks are even as much as like $300 for every single card in it. Mostly because of EBO1. So that's where I think the rotation's healthy for it. It should bring the prices down in general. It still is a very young TCG though. Gotta mulligan this. Let's talk the bans. I don't think I've talked about the bans on stream yet. So I had called it, I thought Jinbei was kind of like the perfect ban, right? Jinbei was the reason why Daffy was so oppressive. Jinbei, the reason why it was so broken was on turn 3, Daffy rests 1 Dawn, puts 2 Dawn on his leader, swings, and could play out Jinbei into Weevil, draw a card, for example, or Jinbei into Boa. So on turn 3, he's playing down a 5,000 and a 6,000 power character for free. Like literally for free, because he's playing it off his the top of his deck, and then he's playing, I guess, 1 card out of his hand. But there's really no other deck that can keep up with that. So that's why it was really unbalanced. Lift 1 Dawn up. And then I think Gecko Moria is kind of the other example of like an OP, like, and I guess I'll backtrack a little bit. The reason why these cards are just so hard to balance around is, think about, they're trying to release OP12 and they have to balance around a blue card that can play out an additional character. Or I think a even better example is Gecko Moria, where it's playing out a cost 4 and a cost 2 or less, right? So how do you balance a black deck around playing 2 characters for free out of their trash? It just becomes very, very challenging, I would say. Damn, we're really not in a great spot here, are we? I think I have to kill Doc Q and then just go wide. But yeah, Gecko Moria basically, I mean, how do you balance around that? A cost 4 and a cost 2 or less from your trash, and it's a 8-drop 9,000 power. And I think you saw the meta break down an example like BY Luffy, where it can just recycle its combo. It's a combo deck that just recycles its cards, and the leader ability is objectively broken, right? But the fact that you can cycle and see the exact cards that you need to see is why it was so oppressive. So I think Gecko is a great ban. I think Ice Age wasn't necessarily OP right now. I think Lucci used it the best out of all the decks. But I don't think it was banned specifically because the card was, you know, broken in the current meta, is what I'll say. But I do think maybe I just trash a card. Yeah, I definitely trash a card here. So I'm trying to play at the same time as explaining my thoughts. Honestly, I have to kill Doc Q and Van Augur. Okay. But Ice Age, the reason why it was banned wasn't because Lucci was oppressive in OP10, OP11. I think it's a very strong deck, but I genuinely think Ice Age was a broken card, and I think they maybe were struggling in future sets like OP12 on how do you even balance a card like this, right? How do you even release a black deck without accounting for it? And then it limits the TCG's ability to even like create cards, to create new leaders that are fun and interactive. So I think that's why it was banned, in my opinion. Was I think it was just too difficult to balance around. I'm not saying Lucci isn't a good deck or anything. It's just Lucci wasn't the reason why it was banned. Right, we're still black hold. I'm just gonna drop down 2/4 cost. Hope he doesn't see another liberation. I think this card makes the matchup much more playable for Blackbeard. Most I've ever spent on a deck was in Digimon with my Machine Dramon deck. It's like a giant FU deck to the meta definition of a toolbox deck that can run any cyborg Digimon in the game. Yeah, and I think that's what the game is kind of missing right now with some of these off-meta decks, is they don't really fit a specific niche. Like, sometimes they just feel like worse versions of existing decks. Or like the support for the decks is almost like half-assed, like it's not really fully thought out. I think that's where the TCG could be a little bit better, is releasing more dedicated support. Oh, damn. I wish I could activate this trigger. So yeah, I think that's something I'd like to see, you know, them improve on the game. Just to have these off-meta decks that are actually usable, fit some sort of specific niche. 6 down up. So you're gonna drop another Burgess? Or the probably 5-drop Kuzan. Yeah, it's gotta be a Kuzan here. Although he's already seen 2 of them. Yeah. There's this third one. Okay. So we are black hold. We're gonna trash this. Dragon's actually very good here. Dragon's pretty much the card that we needed. Alright. And I think... Let's see, it's a 10,000 power Burgess. I think I have to kill the Burgess. Almost certainly. I could swing just 15 into it, or I could try and establish Dragon. Honestly, I think I'd just swing really big into it. Alternatively, I could just go wide and then drop Dragon next turn. It's a Dragon, I could buff him to 11, 12, 13. 13 has to kill, right? Yeah, let's try it. Okay, he plays 10 beard. Nullify that, swing 5 into this. Thing is, if I counter here, then he'll just swing Burgess into that. I guess the alternative is him swinging Burgess at my life. Should put me at 1 life. I think we take that. We can always drop a blocker to live another turn. Now, I mean, he will have tools to eliminate a blocker, but if I can search for a second blocker, I think then I could maybe live. Yeah, he got black hole. So yeah, he can negate my blocker is basically his plan. Ooh. I mean, I can't attack with the character anyway, so I think I have to drop it. Oh, we're not black hold. Damn it, I wish I had better cards that could utilize not being black hold. Let's see. So if I give minus 3,000 to his Burgess, that would make it... That card's so OP. It'd make it 8k. And then if I drop all of these characters, I couldn't even swing into it. So I'm thinking I just swing, as he's just gonna counter it anyway. Yeah, okay. We'll do this. Basically just trying to survive another turn. That's just any game really, be it TCG or not. One of those, I could be playing X and have a better time than this. It's hard to represent multiple characters without having an overlapping gameplay design. Yeah. That's, I think, what they've done an okay job of. But it is tough to... Wow, Jesus. It is tough to generally try and come up with that many unique ways to play the game. Alright, the only way I can win this is if I see a Karasu. Damn it. Oh, I'm 0-2 on the Blackbeard matchup today. I swear I usually win that matchup, but I must be doing... I think I'm starving myself too much. And I need to be playing more for card advantage. I think that's how I could play it a little bit better. Ooh, Sanji. Okay. I think this will be a pretty aggro matchup. We got red into red. He chose to go second. He knows how to play against Belo Betty. Alright. So he drops down 2/1 costs. I'll just swing 5 into him and then drop down 2 characters. Take. Damn. We don't have a 2k. So we will have to take. Damn it. We're also not at the right life total to make use of that. Okay. So we do have to kill this character. cannot imagine him saving this. If he wants to burn a 2 and a 1 though, I'm 100% okay with that. Okay. Makes sense. Then we'll swing 6 and then another 6. I think we're in a pretty good spot here, even though we are at 2 life already. He's just played a bunch of searchers. Probably burn a 2 and a 1, I'd imagine, with a hand size like that. He has it. Wow, okay. I think I have a pretty decent chance to win next turn. Because I'll have 2 Karasus on the board. So as long as he doesn't win this turn, I should be good. So we're gonna counter this. I think he's swinging 5 just to see, can he win against me this turn? So I think they can do a better job if they don't just give one character 20 different cards, like they're straight up 44 Nami cards. I mean, I think that's kind of the nature of like One Piece in general. There's only so many characters and people want to buy a Nami card as opposed to a, I don't know, name some random character that nobody knows. Alright. I think we win here. Touch 2 Don. Play out this. We'll trash. Dragon. Buff, buff, buff. Swing this into lead. Swing 7. Actually, we already have 7 here. Swing 7. Let's see what he has. But yeah, I think we're in a really good spot here. There's only so many characters, bro. There's more characters in One Piece than Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and Star Wars combined. I mean, that's fair. But if it was a Star Wars TCG, would you rather have Obi-Wan or would you rather have, like, I don't know, some random Jabba the Hutt or some character that's like not quite as relevant? I'd rather have a main character, but I think it comes with like to an effect. I think they probably shouldn't have 44 Namis. They should have maybe like half that amount. And just have the Namis be like some very cool card instead of like... Oh, he took that. Okay. Okay. We'll just swing this. Cannot imagine him having 11. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, okay, we won. There's no way. Wow, he almost had the counter. That's actually crazy. Hold on. So he had 4 2Ks. Then everything... No, 5. He had 5 2Ks and then everything else was a 1K in his entire hand. That's insane. That is actually insane that he almost had that counter. We had exact lethal. Should the main card of a deck be a well-known character? 100%, but cannon fodder cards should be random nobodies. I think you have a good point. Are there actually 44 Nami cards, or did you make up that number? I think there's probably even more than 44. We'll go second. Alright, we'll keep... I think in this matchup I need to see my stage, because I need very specific cards to win. Like a generic blocker card doesn't need to be Boba Fett. Yeah, I mean, you definitely have a point. We'll drop this. Looked up in the database. I did mention right after that it's more so around 30 unique cards. The other 14 are alt-arts. Oh, okay. Still though, I mean, that's a lot. And there are other characters who may not even have a single card. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, we gotta kill his Doc Q. And then... I guess I'll just drop this and pass. I don't think it's worth buffing it up, like trashing a card from my hand, just to play out a second character. I think he'll most likely look for a finger pistol and burn it. Okay, finger gun. Jeez. You know, he's hit me enough times where I can just buff this up. Honestly, I'm just gonna go extremely wide. Like usually when I play into Blackbeards, they don't even swing at me. So I'm trying to adapt my style to play around more of those people. I think what he's... If he has the 6-cost Liberation, we're in a pretty tough spot, because he'll Liberation both of these. He's thinking. Okay. Yeah, this guy's playing very aggressive. Yes. Alright, that's what I was looking for. I think I probably have to kill this character somehow. So raise max would put it at 4,000 power. I'd have to double Karasu. I don't even think that's worth it. Oh, we're black hold anyway. Okay. Just kidding. Just kidding, chat. So it's definitely trash. All of these. Honestly, maybe I just push lethal. Yeah, I've got to just push lethal. I think if I don't win this turn, he'll just win. Oh, he's taking every single hit. That's crazy. Alright, so he's 4,000 power. I probably want 2 Dawn on this. And then I want this to also swing 6. Actually, no, I think 5, 6 will be my final attacks. So let's see if I drop this. 2 Dawn. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I swing 7. See what he does with 7. 2 2Ks, okay. I think 8 would have been better. Thing is, he for sure has the counter for this. Like, there's no way he wouldn't have the counter. Yeah, he just burns a 2 and a 1. Yeah, tough. So you swing 9, 10, right? So 9, I can buff myself up to 9. So if this is a 2K... Wait, I win. Sorry, buddy. Have you added any new cards for OP10 on Betty? You know, I actually haven't. The guy said hello. I actually haven't added any new cards for OP10. I'll show you my deck list. I'd say my deck is probably 90% complete, but still I'm sure could be improved. But I don't think they released any good Rev Army cards with the new set, and I'm running a full Rev Army build. Here, let me change my setup, that way my camera's not blocking the entire screen. Give me 1 sec here. Alright, yeah, this is my current setup. I'm running 4 ofs for kind of like these are the core of the deck. Right, Ivankov and Karasu are probably the 2 best cards that you can run. I'm running 3 copies of this Ivankov. I think it's helpful in certain matchups when you're playing against somebody that's trying to starve you. This card and Koala come in very clutch. Koala lets you take your top life. So there are certain matchups where people won't even swing into you. Like I think Blackbeard is one where they shouldn't be swinging into you. And then I'm running 2 copies of Morley, 3 of Kuma. If you have any suggestions, I'm open to going over. I think 4 koalas is, in my opinion, it's the perfect amount because there's a lot of matchups like Shanks where they don't even swing into you. And what Koala does is Koala into Ivankov, and then you use Ivankov ability, and then all of a sudden for 6 Dawn, you've played out a blocker, Ivankov, and Karasu. So then next turn you have, you know, when you buff these cards up, you're having a 9,000 power swing, an 8,000 power swing, and an 8,000 power swing. I think Koala is one of the best cards in the entire deck. And I think specifically, yeah, Koala enables you in certain matchups where people aren't swinging into you. And I think there's a lot of situations you can play it even in like slightly more aggressive matchups because it can set up your lethal for the next turn. That's what I see it. I played Belo Betty in the last 4 TC in Europe and didn't run stage. Yeah, I'm running 2 of stage. I think stage is really good. And since we do have leader ability, you can always trash them if you see them later on in the game. It just makes seeing your combo more consistent. Because if you don't run stage, you only are running 4 Belo Betty. And then you're just not consistently hitting, is what I've noticed at least. But if you don't see a Belo Betty, or even if you see 1 Belo Betty, you know, getting the stage means that you can just consistently see your full combo pieces. I'm not saying it's wrong to not run stage, I just find it to be a little bit more consistent. Find the deck to be more consistent with it. But I do think you could replace it. I'm curious, do you run any of the tension hormone? I think it's a tough card to actually use. Like, you're never using it, but the trigger is like game winning when you find it. You run it. How many? You run a 4 of it? 1 of? Okay. Yeah, I think it's... And what about Karasu? You run a 4 of Karasu? The, well, obviously you run 4 of this. I'm talking about the blocker Karasu. You run a 1 of? Or you run 4 of? I said 4 of, I think. 4, yeah. So I'll show you, I was watching, there's a guy on YouTube I've been watching that has really good Belo Betty guides. I'll put his channel, actually I don't even know if I can put his channel in Twitch, because I know Twitch and YouTube aren't the best of friends, but his name is #EMB. I'll show you guys his deck list. I tried playing it and I personally didn't have the best of luck, but he runs 4 of stage and 4 of tension hormone. Basically his deck is more reliant on hitting triggers, but to me I just find it very inconsistent, because if you don't, there are times when you don't see any of these in your life, and then like what are you supposed to do? You're just running a less reliable deck. So I really like the deck that I'm running. I'm running this. So I replace it with Karasu. I think Karasu can save you in a lot of situations. Fallen Flow said if you don't use it to counter, you can trash it to boost your character, so it's worth at least 2 hormones. Yeah. That's how I feel about stage. I think that's why you run at least 2 stages. I guess I'm struggling to know what I would cut to run a second one of this. And you're basically only running it for a trigger. And I think all the other pieces you need to to reliably hit. Now, you could drop maybe one Inazuma, but I think the card's so strong. I think 4 of is very useful. You just have certain combos that you can do. So for example, what I like to do is I'll put 2 Dawn. So instead of just leader ability on Ivankov, you can put 2 Dawn on Ivankov, play out Inazuma, and then leader ability Inazuma. And this means that you get that additional swing that turn. So then you're swinging like 7, 8, 8, and let's say you have a Belo Betty on board, would be a good situation. Ivankov helps so much with swarming. Yeah, I would agree. Ivankov is very important. I'm running 3 of Ivankov. And hope for triggers from life. Hitting Ivankov, Karasu. I agree. I think the only issue with Ivankov is, right, so you're primarily playing this card when you're going first. Now there are situations where when you're going second you would play the card, but in general when you're going second, your ideal curve is drop 2 Belo Bettys on 2 Dawn, then on 4 Dawn you drop Ivankov, buff up your entire board, and then go into, let's say, Karasu. I'd say 70% of the time you're dropping Karasu, lowering your opponent's leader to 4,000 and then swinging with your board. And then on 6 Dawn, I like to drop Koala personally, and then depending on if my board is empty or full, you can go Koala into hopefully another Ivankov, into a Karasu. So then all of a sudden your board is Koala, Ivankov, Karasu, and that's usually enough to just win the game outright. You don't run any Koala in your version, really? So the reason why I run Koala is like you'll play against opponents, like good opponents, with more control-y decks that just won't even swing into you, and then you basically can't use leader ability, especially if they're clearing your board. You feel like if you use leader ability, then you're down to 1 card in hand, and then it's extremely easy for them to swing into your board and to know like, okay, you don't have any pieces, so they can just stall you out. Whereas Koala can like accelerate the game. I think there's certain matchups like into green, it can struggle because, right, you're relying on it as a blocker to save you. And then green can run Hody Jones. Green can just, rest your blockers. So if you make a really aggressive play and then they rest your blockers, you just lose. So you do have to play around cards like Hody. But yeah, I'm definitely open to changing up the deck a little bit more. You run 2 Hormone, 2 Stage, 3 Morley, 2 Kasukuma. Yeah, I could up 1 Morley. Thing is, you're primarily playing Morley for the trigger. I think triggers are very good in this deck. They're just not reliable, and so I really am prioritizing, what's the most reliable way for me to win. I don't want to be down to 1 life and saying, oh yeah, like, I've gotten this point in this game and I'm only gonna win the game if I hit Karasu. Like, that to me is like a last resort. Doesn't mean I don't run 4 of Karasu. But I think Karasu's a card that you can play in more situations than Morley, for example. Because Karasu, even though it's a blocker, it still can be an aggressive card. What I mean by that is you can play down a bunch of characters and be a little bit more aggressive, and play down Karasu and it's almost like adding another life. Now you have to play around specific cards, but for example, if you're against like a Blackbeard and you play down Karasu, you know that they have to use at least 4 Dawn to get rid of your Karasu, which means that, you know, they only have, for example, 6 Dawn left on their swings. And you can kind of calculate, okay, will I survive another turn if I drop Karasu here? That's why I find a card like Karasu very valuable. But yeah, that's the deck list. I'm gonna hop into another one here. Go. And then, let's see. You guys can see the... You can't see my bounty yet. Give me 1 second here. Let me join this game. Alright, so we're playing against a Blackbeard. We have 2 billion bounty against 2 bill. So we're 386 ranked. Alright, let me switch to this. Yeah, I mean, for going second, this would be like the absolute perfect hand. For going first, it still is a good hand, so we'll keep... See, this is where I would grab Stage. I think Stage is really good into Teach, because you need to see your pieces, and they're going to leader ability, which means a lot of your on-plays, like that 5 cost, won't be super useful. So you need to see specifically your Ivankov and some other things. We'll drop Stage. I think this. Okay. Okay, so my tension hormone isn't in my life. That's fine. If I swing into this, he'll just KO my character for free. So it's better to just leave it up. We'll get more value out of it next turn. Jamawi ignored my unpaid ad, lol. What was your unpaid ad? I didn't even see that. He used 3 turns all of his Dons to clear my board without building his own board. He waited for the Belo Betties and hold my Morleys and the whole time. Yeah, that killed a Blackbeard with my Morleys. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I'd say in the Blackbeard matchup, it definitely can be useful. We're gonna trash this. Man. I think I'd take a Koala just so that he starts trashing cards from his hand. I don't need a third Ivankov. There's no way I would ever need that. We'll just swing 5s. I find Ploofy to be a very easy matchup. Ploofy, you just have to play as if you're like a complete madman. Like, just swing every single time that you can. I guess that's kind of how you play Belo Betty in general, but I find a deck like Blackbeard, they're going to really try and stall you out. Ploofy is more mid-range, right? So you just have to play around, like trying to prevent them from being able to ramp And honestly, a lot of Ploofies will go first because it's Ploofy, right? But I think you actually want them to go first. Because then you have your going second curve, which is perfect for you. Alright, so this guy drew a Liberation and a Shiryu. Probably Black Hole. You absolutely should Black Hole, yeah, okay. I don't think I leader ability this turn. Let's see if he takes this. If he burns a card, I'm very okay with that. Okay, perfectly fine. And we want to drop down another Ivankov. Okay. He burns a 2k. So Lindbergh next turn will KO his blocker. He'll probably just swing his blocker into this, which is fine. There we go. He drew this one. Yeah, they are weirdly similar decks. You just have to avoid being starved on both of them. Okay, this guy's down to 2 cards in his hand. And he still is black holing. Okay. Honestly, think I just swing 5 at life. See what he does. And then honestly, I might just drop both these characters down. That's just like tempo dropping cards on the board. The only card I don't want to see is a 6-cost Liberation. If he Liberations... Oh, I don't think that would even work. Because he has a full board. So he can't even use 6-cost Liberation. I didn't stage... I mean, there's probably slightly better cards than these two, right? But I think what's more important is, you know, 6 Dawn, or 6 costs and 3 costs. I just build a really wide board. I think a 6-cost character is going to be hard for him to remove. Okay. That is perfectly fine. I'm still at 4 life, so it's not like I'm, you know, at any threat to lose the game right now, or even next turn. He's really debating. You can see him hesitating, like, oh, do I swing? Ooh. That's a really good trigger. Okay. So he does have 3 blockers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks would have to connect for me to win the game. He black hold me. Okay, he takes. Then honestly, I think I just dropped down a blocker. Guess I would rather eliminate one of his blockers right now. Oh, interesting. So he blocks with Teach. So the question is, does he ever have lethal next turn? I don't think he ever does. So even with, yeah, he can't liberation. Yeah, you're right. Let's see, he would have 1, 2, 3 swings. I have 3 blockers, so even if he KOs one of them, I would be fine. I think we'll swing 7. He'll probably burn a Vasco shot. I don't think he has many options here. His next turn, Lindbergh will KO this and swing for lethal. Okay, so he'll probably can't attack nullify that one. So now he has 3 blockers. And I have 4 attacks. Alright, so we're gonna buff all these up. I don't think we even need Inazuma to win the game. Right, because we're going to trash it, buff up these, And then we just want to swing 9s. So as long as we swing 4 9s, he won't be able to defend. Let's see, so 4 down on this, 2 down on this, and 2 down on this. Yeah. So we'll swing 9. Alright, good game. Had me sweating a little bit at the end, but yeah, just swinging 4 9s. He only had 2 cards in hand, so even if he had 2 2Ks, he could never defend it. This is an okay hand. We at least have 1 Belo. This would be a hand where if I drop Belo, I most likely am looking for stage. Because I need to see 2 pieces, not just 1. Don't see stage, unlucky. I don't have my 4-drop. Really hate to see that. Okay. I may just have to take a pretty passive turn here. I think I dropped Searcher. Still don't see it. They must all be in my life or something. Okay. Take that as a backup. Drop Stage. Still don't see it. Wow. Okay. Huh. So I can't KO anything. So I think just dropping down a tempo koala because it's a 3000 power. Then next turn I'll probably 5 cost and hopefully I'll see my 4 cost. At this point my board's wide though, so. I'll counter this one and then take the next. Alright. Well. Oh, I should have staged first. That was stupid. I wish I could play koala. That would be crazy. Man, I haven't seen a single 4-cost Ivankov. That's clinically insane. I don't know how that's possible. We'll grab a dragon. Actually, no, I think we need a 2K. And I almost don't want to leader ability just to swing 5 and 5. Especially when I have double Karasu next turn. Maybe greedy, but I'm not gonna lead her. Okay. I think we 2k, that way he doesn't win next turn. And this is... I don't know how I haven't seen a single 4-cost Ivan Cup. That's really crazy. Okay. There it is. I almost feel like it's like too late to be dropping it now. Like I think double Karasu is better. If I go double Karasu, swing with my whole board. Yeah, screw Ivan Cup. We're gonna trash this. We're gonna buff up all these, and then yeah, we're just gonna double Karasu. Really hoping for no triggers. 2 and a 1, okay. No way he'll counter that. And then this, counter that. Then we should win next turn. The only thing is if he has like a sneaky lethal here. I think he could have a sneaky lethal. If he Hody Jones, or if I take this and he Hody Jones, that's 8,000, and then he would have 2 Dawn to put on his leader. So I think I would just counter that. Oh shoot, I miscalculated. He actives 2 Dawn because of his effect. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's just a skill problem. Yeah, this guy's probably fuming. Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. That's why you run Karasu. So I think what I should have done, the objectively right call would have been to burn my 3 cards, counter out of his first swing. So he swung 7. If I counter that, then with Hody, he would have swung 5, 6, 8. Yeah, I'm not sure. But in the end, it was a massive skill issue. All right, we got Teach. A lot of teaches today. A lot of teaches. We'll keep. His hand could be better, could be a lot worse. I'll grab stage. Well, it means that he'll have to start using his leader ability. Which I'm honestly fine as a aggressive deck on 6 Dawn if he starts using his leader ability. He's running Tempest Kick. I don't know if that's... I don't think that's standard. Ooh. We will use trigger. Crash that. I think I'd rather have a 2K than a rusher. Although honestly, the rusher may have been better to keep. Because next turn I really want to play it off of Ivankov. But I think it's fine. I think he'll probably like finger pistol this. Yeah, he's 100% gonna finger pistol this. So we'll 2K that. Sure you. Okay. He didn't leader ability me? Wow, okay. Massive mistake. We're gonna play out... probably this. Honestly, this is the card that I want next turn. Oh, I should have buffed this card. Oh well. Oh, I think he has a trigger. Damn. Finger gun pistol. Ah, it's really annoying. It's like the best possible trigger he could have gotten. Another trigger? Are you serious? Man. Trash. Absolute trash. What are the odds that he has 2 triggers in life? Come on. Like, I don't even think he runs that many triggers. Alright. Thing is, he'll probably leader ability. So I won't be able to play down this. Oh, he's gonna Liberation. He's gonna swing into this and then Liberation my board. He has 6 Dawn up. And even if I block this, yeah, it doesn't matter. He's just gonna Liberation. Oh no, wait, I have to have 2 more characters. Could have had to start with the liberation. Okay. We're good, we're good. I just hate playing against that liberation card. Swing 6 into this. 7. Okay. You got it. He's definitely gonna black hole. Can guarantee it. If he doesn't, he's trolling. Okay, this guy's trolling. Man, these are such good cards. What am I supposed to do? I think I'd probably grab this. And then hopefully I can grab a... Yeah, like this. Okay. Take a life. Wait, does he have a sneaky lethal here? I probably shouldn't have swung with my blocker. I think he has lethal. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Why did I play block? Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, he just wins. I don't know how I didn't see that until right now. Well, chat, I haven't seen a single blocker Karasu. I'm just saying, if this life is it. Damn it. Yeah, he just wins. I think I was playing too quick for my own good. All I had to do is just leave my blocker up, and then I would have won the following turn. That was stupid. I was in a completely winning spot. But hey, you can't win them all. The guy in chat said, "Damn, Betty trash." That's okay. There's a reason I'm not the #1 player on the server. Okay, we are up against Zoro. It's a pretty tough matchup. We have a pretty garbage hand. Let's see what we can do. Oh, I shouldn't even swing into him here. Because he's just gonna play his event. Yeah, okay. I think it's better to not swing that first turn. Because then he gets out a chopper, which then he can play another chopper. Yeah, that's crazy. Alright, we're gonna have to take the trigger. Oh god. Chat, this is cooked. This is utterly cooked. I don't even think we're gonna live another turn. Wow, how is this so cooked? Man, that's a wide board. Okay. Oh, this is so cooked. At this point, I just hope for a trigger. We'll probably swing into this. Eight. Well, our only hope is having lethal this turn. We'll probably play out a blocker. So we need 5 swings to connect. So even if he plays down a blocker, there still is a chance. He's a 4,000 power. Why don't we swing 6? I'd imagine he would burn a 2 and a 1. But let's see if he has it. He could have bricks. Because then with our remaining swings, we can swing 7, 7, 7, 7. This guy's really thinking. Okay, he burnt a 2 and a 1. He has 4 cards in hand. So I need every single attack to land. I think the only way I win is if a 6 connects here. So if I go 6, 7, 7, 8, I think that's the only way I would win. I think otherwise it's cooked. If he has a 2 and a 1, He just wins. That's okay. Okay. Does he have 2 2Ks? If he has 2 2Ks, we lose. Okay. Oh, he was looking for a blocker, but he didn't have one. Yeah, it's got to be 7-8. Let's see. Oh. He's leaving me in suspense. Does he have it? Oh, wow. He had 3 bricks. Let's go. Oh, that's crazy. I had exact lethal. Let's go. I think we played that really well at the end. I think he got a little unlucky that the top 5 of his deck wasn't a blocker. But at the same time, I don't really think luck is a factor here with how much he high rolled early game. Seeing 2 of his choppers. These 8 OP10 choppers are really good. Alright. Chat, I'm gonna take a break here. I may be streaming in a little bit, but please drop a follow. I'm a new channel. I'll try and stream more often. Love the engagement on this stream, but yeah, until next time.